I was thinking this morning about a comment that was made last night below one of my videos. I think that's where I read it this morning when I went, when I checked my mail and I checked my studio. And this individual said something to this effect that they're going to come for me, being the US Marshals or law enforcement, or before they come for Danielle. Yes. They're going to come for me before they come for her. And I thought, well, this person is drinking the Robo Red Kool-Aid. Have you ever heard of Ruby Red? Or I think there was a Kool-Aid flavor. It was something red. I can't think. But anyway, I'm calling this one Robo Red. All right. So for those Robo Red Kool-Aid drinkers, that's what you're sipping on. So why not? Anyway. But the question for me would become, all right, this individual is calling me a stalker. And that whole notion is perpetuated by the very same individual. And you see how it's permeating their minds and they're spreading this and that. Okay. So I thought about stalking, and I've talked about it before. Now, and I thought, is there any law, anything that would support me saying anything about this anonymous stalker in such a way that it would be unreasonable for me to talk about the things that I'm talking about? Should an anonymous bot stalker someone who is engaged in that would go for anyone engaged in any behavior that could be seen as harmful, harassment, especially when it comes to distribution of deep fake material that is not protected? Should their identity, which is a non identity, they are anonymous, can they, say, protect me, protect me? This person is harassing me. This person is stalking me. First of all, you'd have to know what the definition of stalking is. Have I threatened this individual? No. Have I put them in danger and said anything to harm this victim? No. Do I talk about them as it relates to the behavior and the things that they've done to me as a way of blogging and speaking out about their bad behavior that's happening or has happened toward me? Yes, I have. Is it important to speak out? Yeah, because people who do bad things, especially if they cause harm or are causing harm to others, they should be held accountable. And speaking out about harmful behavior can be, well, it is for me It's important in my pathway to justice and my safety too. There's several reasons that I'm doing this. I've said first and foremost, one, I want this individual to be held accountable for such behavior. And when their harmful behavior, if it goes unchecked, unchallenged, unnoticed, then what that's going to do is allow them to continue to perpetrate, continue causing harm. But by speaking out, my hope is to bring attention to the behavior and push for accountability. I don't take that bad. I said that's my aim. I want them to be held accountable. By speaking out, maybe someone else who is also experiencing or have experienced the same thing, by this individual who is causing harm, or for those who might be a target in the future, I'm raising awareness to prevent perhaps future victims from suffering the same mistreatment. Per example, last year, mid-year, a content creator came to my channel. It would seem bearing gifts. Okay. They spoke about this same individual taking down one of their videos. I had never spoken to this person before. Their channel was said to be new, although it was later found out that they had previously been on YouTube. When that individual came to my channel, I treated them like I would anyone new. And then when they began to share their story, I invited them to, come up on my platform. They did so twice. I listened. And during their conversation, they mentioned things that had happened to them. And I thought, now, wait a minute, this sounds familiar. And I said, whoa, hey, hang on. In order to add what I thought could be helpful, my own experience with this in the same individual, okay, without saying their name. And they mentioned that they knew the name and this person had put the name. Finally, they had a name of this individual. And so what I was trying to do is caution them that, in fact, I've been here before. That's not their quote unquote real name that they put on the YouTube document. Okay. So that's what I was attempting to do under this when I'm speaking out to help or to make aware to others who are either the target now or in the future. That's what I was attempting to do there, to prevent this individual from suffering or going through the same mistake by responding to the emails. And this individual did that, getting caught in that trap. So, because I had been there, done that, knowing that one of her tactics she was using on this same individual, saying that if you, let me be specific, if you take your video down, I will remove the strike. I think that clarified. Okay. I said, they're not going to do that. That's just, no, 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 no. And I think by then it was too late. The strike stayed and others followed, and then ended up taking her channel down, her main channel, for a period of time. I haven't been to even watch. I honestly, I can't even tell you when the last time I even watched and or they made a video. They may still be up. I don't even know. Mhm. Another reason why I talk about this individual is because if no one speaks out, the person responsible may not face legal consequences. So exposing this harmful behavior, perhaps it might discourage someone, or maybe it discourages from being accepted. Because what I have found on this platform, it's acceptable now. This abusive behavior has become the standard, the norm. Yes, normalized, so that it's seen by others as this is normal behavior. This is, there's nothing wrong. This person shouldn't face any consequences. By you mentioning them, that's stalking them. Oh, this unknown anonymous individual who has done numerous things. I don't need to touch on those. But I'm talking about right now that it's been normalized. So, should bad bots go unnoticed? Should we just turn the other way and not call it out? Should we just do that? Just allow this bad bot to go on with their bad behavior. To not speak about it. And now that there is a legal case, a lawsuit here that has been filed right here where I live in Detroit, in the federal court downtown, by another Detroiter. And what we have in common is it's naming the same individual who has done similar things, but over a longer period of time, and in addition to the things that this plaintiff is complaining about. Why wouldn't I take notice of that? Why wouldn't I take the opportunity to speak about it? It's not as if I am now speaking about it. I have been speaking about it for some time. This isn't jump on the clout train and ride it. I have also been the target, and right now things are going on. So why wouldn't I give my commentary? Okay. This person is trying to silence my voice. This person is going to say she has created several hundreds, however many videos. This individual has created videos too, but many of them have been deleted. And even if it's not the same amount, I'm talking about the behavior toward me and things that are happening now, even now. And I can share that. I can share that. This is an anonymous individual. We need to keep that in mind. Again, if no one speaks out, this person responsible may not face any type of legal consequences. And that's what I'm aiming for. So standing up to the bad bot, the bad guys, maybe can empower others to do the same. Because sometimes people, and I've mentioned this before, sometimes people feel alone or powerless when they're facing someone like this. And by seeing someone else take a stand, maybe that can inspire them to join in and or demand justice. When people don't call out bad behavior, bad bots, they might continue to harm others. And then it creates this cycle of negativity. So then addressing these behaviors, my hope that it can stop, that it can finally break the cycle. I've said that. It's that important. It's not one individual. There are many individuals who would like to see justice served, their own justice for themselves, and for this individual to be held accountable. So when I have been speaking out about this individual, I'm doing so, I think, in a way that I'm sharing factual, well-supported information to avoid defamation. Okay? Because I know what defamation is. I've continued to focus on the bad behavior, this bad bot. I've been documenting it carefully. They are documenting things. I've been documenting the truth with receipts. I'm not making up forms. I'm not filing false claims. I'm not putting my name on a document that doesn't belong to me. In other words, I'm not forging someone else's name. I'm not impersonating. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to stoop to her level. So that should this person be identified, they can be held accountable, and I can be part of that. But I don't want to put myself in jeopardy and then someone be able to say, look what Unwind with Teddy did. She filed a false statement. She lied on a document. She forged a document. She made up something. She did something was malicious. She created pornography, deep fake. She distributed that. She created false petition. She tried to get somebody's license revoked by a smear campaign. All Danielle can say is, I've made some videos. But what she is doing is trying to pack her argument with a lot of false things. Do you think I'm over here sweating about that? No, I'm not. Should this bad bot go unnoticed? No. No. She's anonymous. And there's other things, right, to consider in all of this. Should this bad bot be granted some special protections to when they engage in alleged illegal activity like harassment, stalking, distribution of deep fakes if they're anonymous? Should they not be talked about? Can she run and hide under the cloak? They're harassing me. I'm being stalked. Is there such an idea? It's worth discussing. Are there legal principles and laws that would support such an ideal? I'll say that this anonymous individual stalker who is engaged in harmful behavior, can they cannot. It's either can or cannot or what. We can look into it. Claim harassment protections simply because that they're anonymous. Is she expressing some type of fear that she's anonymous? Who is she? By saying the U.S. Marshals have documents that they want to serve to Danielle Robertson, is that harassing her? That's a legal document. Yet she's doing things every single day, digging for information, posting pictures, posting records. And now she wants to, run and hide and make false claims. And then have her, little what is it? Robo red Kool-Aid drinkers. Yeah. Try to say something about it. She's talking about my reputation. I'm being damaged. My brand. And every single day, what is she doing? Trying to destroy my life. You mean I can't talk about that? And do it with receipts? I'm not over here calling her out of her name. Calling her a bad bot, an anonymous individual, is not calling her out of her name. You know what I'm talking about. The kind of vile language, you won't find it from me. By me saying the things that she's done in her behavior is disgusting, that's what it is. I'm talking about her behavior. So, should bad bots go unnoticed? Not in my opinion. But it certainly is, worth discussing. Bad bots don't want people to expose them because maybe newer people who don't have the background, the backstory, all they see is what they know from this point. And each and every time that I've tried to tell it as a story, all of those videos are no longer available. So it's kind of like starting over, but not starting over, because what I'm talking about right now is in the present. So am I going to let these robo bread Kool-Aid drinkers convince me, try to shut me down, try to say, oh, you can't talk about her, you're stalking her, you're doing this and that? Go check your own master. But I don't think she'll let you because you're afraid of her. Because if you weren't, you put that hypocrite on notice. You would speak out, or you would stop drinking the Robo Red Kool-Aid. Yeah. But that's up to you. Maybe that's the flavor that you like. So keep sipping it. Yeah. I can't tell you what to do. And at the same time, this is my channel. I'm a blogger. And I have my right to discuss issues that would involve me and or others. Yes. Mhm. It's only been 3 days that she filed another frivolous claim with the medical board. Why wouldn't I want this individual exposed? She's trying to harm my profession, my professional reputation. She is trying to take away my livelihood so that I wouldn't have the ability to practice medicine. Without a license, I couldn't practice. That would have a huge impact on me. Far-reaching impact on me. 3 days ago, Vicky, yes, she just posted a response that she received, the initial response. Thank you for your filing. We go through a process. It takes X amount of, if we should find and this and that. This was September the 16th. Today is the 19th. When the board in April, or maybe the response was before then, I'd have to look. It would have been, I think, before that fake PPO was filed, because she's mad. She was mad then. So she wanted more to bolster her argument. She wanted to get on record that a PPO was filed against me, and then have that be successful, so that then she could have taken that to the board to influence their decision. And just imagine, had that happened, I would have been dealing with a fraudulent claim of stalking, and something that was said in that 5 pages that I was actually trying to harm someone's children. I mean, it was full of lies. It didn't matter. You see, for her, it doesn't matter. Pack it all in. And the individual whose name was on that, it wasn't hers, but it was her proxy, her patsy. She put this individual up to it because when the ruling came down, she was shortly thereafter posting a response before I had even talked about it. She was creating a smear campaign, saying it was unfair, saying that the judge was racist. That was her first response. Her angle that she pushed, her narrative, that how could the person who filed get a fair? They couldn't win because it was stacked. There was a white male lawyer and a white male judge. How would she know that? Because she was watching, because she would have had to be given the link or listen in or be connected to the person's computer, brought up on the screen, hidden in the background. She's watching this while that other individual who is telling the judge and raise their right hand, I'm not going to record this, is recording it, and it's being transmitted in real time to Danielle Robertson. This is what I'm dealing with. Had that gone against me, she would have been on her platform as giddy and saying all kinds of things and packing it, putting it up. Here it is, a legal document with my name. Then send that up to the Michigan board. This is a real document. I could have appealed, but in the meantime, it's there. It was pure deception. It was packed full of lies. There was even an allegation that I was going to harm a pregnant female. Y'all better leave me alone because that's what's on the document. The person who filed that bogus PPO, why are they mentioning some other pregnant female? That was a narrative Danielle Robertson wanted put in there. Why? Because she had been talking about a pregnant female. Y'all better leave me alone because I have every single video to back up why she would be motivated to do such a thing. And then this same individual who filed this was like a puppet on a string saying the very exact same things, the same narrative that Danielle, talking about my medical license inside of that PPO document, saying that I'm stalking people here in Michigan and that people pose a risk by me not having this PPO on me. This is the kind of venomous lies that were said. And this individual doesn't care then, and they don't care now. They have been a part. They have been a part of Danielle's conspiracy to take me down. And I have receipts. So, because that plot didn't work, it caused Danielle to become even angrier. Even angrier. People, you have to understand this. If I didn't talk about it, give the backstory, this of how maniacal this individual is, how much I am the target of her anger. She is relentless. Why wouldn't I want that person exposed? It's difficult, and I've tried. There have been times when I haven't said anything about her. When I was on my other channel, Unwind with Teddy, I was doing my news, and occasionally I would make reference to whatever was going on. It was in my right, because there were ongoing things. There was that PPO. There was new, deep, fake pornography created from the photograph image taken from the PPO. Why wouldn't I talk about it? It's ongoing. She's doing things to affect my life. That's the stalkerish. That's the calculating. That's the abuse. And she wants to try to convince her audience that anything she does to me, I deserve it. And this individual who filed the PPO spoke those words in one of her videos that I deserve whatever she said Danny does to me. You don't think that's threatening to me? You don't think that's threatening to me? This individual is right here in the Detroit area. Okay. Because it was filed in a Detroit court. You don't think that doesn't affect me? And that this person would allow herself to be involved at that level, that she would stoop that far to file a bogus PPO based on an emotion that this other individual who she is linked to through this YouTube wants her to do, an assignment to do? This is the kind of thing that's happening to me. And many people don't understand the details. Even the authorities are being bombarded with just pictures of the cover or thumbnail of my videos. They're not going to watch all the content. She's going to try to make it look like I'm harassing her. She's not sending in what she's done and why those videos have been made. Just like this one. You see, I'm explaining something. All she'll say is, look, put the title, make the snapshot, should bad bots go unnoticed, and then she'll say, see, she hashtagged me. I'm talking about you. She'll say it's obsessive. It's too much. You just filed 3 days ago. It's never too much. Because that isn't talked about. The right people aren't seeing that, and it needs, that bad bot shouldn't go unnoticed. That bad person, bad behavior should not go unnoticed. I'm one of the individuals who's speaking about this bad bot. So people don't have that. See, they don't even know that information. It's not even up there. She's trying to sweep it all under the rug. Even all those nosy old life, survive all of that. She doesn't want her past to haunt her. So people need to know I can talk about it. I'm doing it in such a way to expose the bad behavior in hopes that others who have been victimized and or who would be a future target know more about what this person is capable of doing, the deception as a behavior that they use, the impersonation tactics that they use, and to be aware that they have no limits. They don't care if they lie to authorities. They've done so. They don't care if they have to run and for cover and hide under layers. That's what they're doing. They've made statements in the past. Their history is well known and well documented. To come back full circle for the person who said they're going to be coming for me before they come for Danny. Right now, the U.S. Marshals have some documents. They've been given their order and directive to deliver the summons, the complaint, and receipt to Danielle Robertson. By me saying that, that's not harassing her. If I said it 1,000 times, it's a fact. Someone could say, well, that's obsessive. I haven't said it 1,000 times. I'm making an extreme example. But if I wanted to say the U.S. Marshals have a document with Danielle Robertson's name on it, and the document number or case number is 224-12213. I can say that. It's a fact. If she sees that as, is that going to cause her harm? Go talk to the judge that gave the order to the U.S. Marshal Service. Go spin that. You've been checked and you're trying to avoid being checkmated.
Then life this.